Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with old John here. I'm a little bit delayed. Obviously, we had there's a weird camera delay this morning too. The daily paycheck rollout went long, so I just come down. I got my fresh cup of coffee right here, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and do the data entry in front of you. So because it's my click this button and now I look like a champion, right? That's how the show works. But welcome to behind the scenes live of the show. Here we are. The Tim Horton review so far. We are 2-1 with this thing. And our one loss wasn't much. The one loss we had was like $40 and change, like 42 bucks. It was yesterday's loss. We had fought back, but we ran out of time again and just didn't get it done in time. I think another couple of hits and we're probably there. So far so good, right? It's done three sessions we've done with it. It's either won or it's been damn close all three times. And we talk about this, right? 2-0-1, you're going to call it. Yeah. Yesterday was basically, it's at 42 bucks is basically a tie, right? Here's the thing, right? It's doing its thing. It's designed for this. How do I say it right? I love when baddish things happen. Why is there such a big delay with the I'm sorry about the delay. I don't know what's going on here. Like my computer, we had a power outage yesterday and everything rebooted and things come up in a weird order. I'm actually going to try something. Let me just, hold on. I'm going to take this camera off and I'm going to put it back on again. And I want to see if when it connects, if it does a better job with it. So let's see what happens here. Can you come on? No card. All right. Is that better? Nope. Same bullshit. It's probably the USB hub. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So both yesterday and today, we had one of the same things happen, which was interesting. In both days, we had a couple of good rolls, and then we had this awful run, right? 5 straight yesterday, right? Or yesterday was 6 or 7 straight, 0 or 1 box hit rolls, right? We went to level 8. Today we had 4, right in a row, right? We went from 96 across and being 50 bucks away to being upside down 1,200 bucks and all of a sudden we got 880 out there. Like, what the hell happened? Like, that fast it happened, right? The way the system works, Dr. S has got designed that it works its way back, right? These up as you lose, down as you win type of strategies, all these ladder things will eventually work if you get the right circumstance to bring you back. Now, both days, yesterday and today, the exact same thing happened, which is it got ugly. We got really high on our bets, and then I hit a good roll. Yesterday, I think it was 23. Today, it was 19, and we got the exact thing we needed to get all the way back down to base. And today at base, I hit 2 shots and won it. Yesterday at base, I didn't get the second shot. I wish I didn't have the good rolls. And what I mean by that is this. It's good to see the ladder work its way down. I think it's instructive to see it. It's good that we won. What I really want to see, because the ladders do interestingly good or bad when you're in the chop. When you go level 5, level 4, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and you're up and down, that's where the ladders typically live. You don't really ever, very rarely do you go all the way up really fast, 5 straight losses, and then come all the way back down 5 straight wins like we did today and yesterday. That's an abnormal way to see a ladder work. More normally, you're up a couple of rungs, down a rung, up a couple of rungs, down 2, up 1, down 2. You're kind of bouncing around. I haven't had that experience yet. We haven't rolled in the garage yet with that thing. I'm hoping that tomorrow we see that because I want to see this thing work in the chop. We haven't seen it. We haven't had chop yet. We've had shit and we've had great. We haven't had chop. That's the next, before I give it a real honest to God John grade, that's where I need to see it in the chop. So that's what I'm hoping to see tomorrow. I am absolutely going to change the pressing mechanism. I really like the fact that we're bringing the 4 and 10 with us back down. I think that's a great call, Dr. S. I'm going to definitely do the half press tomorrow. I'm not going to go full press, collect, full press, collect. If you look at the chart, you get up to about a $400 bet after 10 rounds of full press collect, which is 20 hits on a side. It takes too long to get there. I'm going to half press the side every time. I'm going to go every hit. We're going to collect and press. So I'm always pulling something back to the rack, yet also still growing them. They'll grow a little slower, but we're going to win a little more as we go. I don't want to be at level 1 for 11 rolls. I want to be at level 1 for 5 or 6 rolls at most. So that's my thing there. Yeah, we started to see it Tuesday, but then I had that hot run, right? I had that, like, I think I went down 1, up 1, and then we went all the way down. Like, I had a great 20-something roller, and we didn't really get the full chop experience. I want the full chop experience. I want to really feel that thing. So anyway, it's good and fun. These paycheck weeks are a lot of fun for me. I'm almost down to it, right? We're almost down like the last couple here. I want to run the Dallas drawdown, which is the 640 three-step drawdown. I want to run that for us next week. I have already run the 3-point Johnny, which is my 3 come bet strategy, no pass line bet, and the progressive odds. Victor wants me to run the color up Molly, which is basically a 3-point Molly from the pass line and 2 come bets, which is fine. It doesn't matter on a Molly. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're on the come or you're in the pass line, it doesn't. Where your 3 bets live doesn't matter as much. The progression is interesting, right? And Victor wants me to do a color up. So as you win the bets the first time, you're collecting. The second time through, they're double-sized bets, right? So after the second win, you're going to go from a $25 come bet to a $50 come bet. You're going to kind of work your way through the colors. That's going to be cool to watch those things press up. It's going to be a little more volatile with the odds, obviously, because you're going to use a lot of your earlier profits to grab the higher odds you can get with a bigger flat bet. But that's going to be pretty cool. I think I might do that one in a couple of weeks. We'll see. Again, I really want to get to where I'm doing like a full month of one strategy and get them down. We'll get that in there, Victor, for sure. I think you've been talking about it a lot, and I owe it to you to get that one in there. All right. Yeah, OBS is better than StreamYard, but OBS is still hot ass. I'm sorry. OBS is garbage software. I hate OBS. I know you guys love it. I hate it. I hate it. Let's go back here and just express my hatred for OBS again. It's cool. It's glad that it's free, but it is so problematic. And there's so little built into it that you need as a day-to-day streamer. I tried it. I'm telling you, man, I'll do anything but OBS now. Anything but OBS. If you're looking for something and you're not on a Mac where you can use Ecamm like I do, which is I think the best streaming software on the planet is what I use. If you're not there, use what's called EVMux, evmux.com. I'll put it out here. EVMux. EVMux, it's in chat right now. Go to that website. They basically do StreamYard, right? Where it's like through the browser streaming. But unlike StreamYard, EVMux, multiple cameras. You can create your scenes like I do. You can make the scene look however you want to. You have full customizability. StreamYard, no customizability at all. You get what you get. OBS, customizable, but you got to be a fucking rocket scientist to use it. EVMux is the great in between is EVMux. Trust me, that's a great application. It's $20 a month or something like that, right? If you're on a Mac, let me give you some Ecamm lessons because this software here that I use is where it's at. All right, there we go. Let's get to the actual talking points here. I'm going to run through a couple of things. I actually didn't change this screen at all, so I was late coming down here, right? Reminder, Friday Night Fights, Vince versus Crapping Camper. Reminder, the hard hat's coming Friday. We're voting Friday, right? So far, Duracell, DGen, and Joe have gotten a lot of love. George always gets a lot of love. Vince and Skill have gotten some love. One of those two is going to be in the top 4, the way it's shaping up right now. So if you have a nominee, Hard Hat channel in the Discord, CasinoGaming.tv, go to the community channel, jump in our Discord, get your vote in or your nominee in, and then on Friday, we're gonna do live voting. And that's how it's gonna be, okay? And then, yeah, you saw yesterday, I'm going to New Jersey. I'm gonna buy my tickets today. I don't know when I'm going yet. I think the thing goes like the 7th or the 12th to the whenever. I'm not sure when the dates are. I'm probably gonna go, I think, Thursday night. I'm gonna leave here Thursday night, I think, and be there Friday and Saturday and come back Saturday night, I think. That way I only get Friday off of work. I'm gonna try and be there Thursday night, all day Friday, and most day Saturday. I think that's gonna be my schedule. I'll let you know once I get done shopping the tickets. So there's that. All right, let's see what's next here. Let's see what's next. We've been talking about this stuff, and I want to go to the table. I don't want to waste too much time talking today about your mindset, right? We talk about what a steady paycheck means. If you're a paycheck mindset player, like Ken, like me, like Greg, like a lot of people I know want to get in and get out with a percentage of win, you need to play these ways. Getting a low percentage, 10%, 20%, or a small dollar amount of win, you cannot do it. You can't do it by going out there at 160 across and saying a Hail Mary. It doesn't work. You need a low volatility play. You need a small number of wins. You need a strategy that can fight back well. That's why I love Horseman, the Molly, the Dolly. Those things are great as far as a steady, low volatility, easy going paycheck. They're pretty nimble, especially when you do Baccarat style on some of these things. They're great. We know that if you want to win $1 million, you got to go home run. You got to have some strategy that's going to be a swing for the fences. You're not going to collect a whole lot along the way kind of strategy. They work, but you can't trust them. You can't go out of your rack looking for a home run unless your money doesn't matter to you. Unless your bankroll is so liquid that you don't care, you can't go out that way. We talked about this yesterday. Don't hold a home run strategy back. If you start regressing out of a home run strategy, it limits the effectiveness of it to the point where it loses money versus making money. So you got to be careful there. I'll do more demonstrations of that in the long run here as we go forward. The next few weeks of this show are going to be basically doing paycheck and home run comparisons, a lot of side-by-sides on the table, but I want to set the table this week for what I mean by all that stuff. Okay? We've been talking a lot about fear and what scares you, right? And the fear of missing out piece is the thing. And this is, again, mindset. Are you scared of missing out on the hot roll? If you're playing the don't and watching a hot roll goes by makes you angry, you're not a don't pass player, right? And get that in your head right now. If you are on the don't and you don't like watching people make money around you because you're missing out and you're tempted to put money out there, you're not a don't player. And accept that right now, okay? If you're so passive that you're missing out on hot rolls because you're stuck in neutral and you're not pressing enough, or you're same betting too much, or you're on a collect, press rhythm and you're not getting the money on a good roll, because collect, then press. If you're doing that, every other roll you're getting nothing. And a long roll, you can miss out on a long roll because of the rhythm that you're in, right? If that bothers you, think about how you're doing it, okay? If you're not profiting enough because you're not going after the hard roll, meaning you wish you had a home run, you're in the middle of a home run type of throw and your strategy isn't the right one, or you're not betting it, that might scare some people, okay? It also may scare you if you are half pressing, and let's say you're on roll 35 and you've half pressed, you got $3,200 out there. You may be scared to leave the money out there, even though you've got a bunch of money in your rack, right? A lot of times half pressing, you're going to have $1,000 on the felt and $1,000 in your rack in profit. And you're like, well, I could take that $1,000 home. Does it scare you to lose that $1,000 that's out there? Again, mindset, how you want to play it, right? People like me, if I've already got my profit locked, I'm willing to lose what's out there in hopes that it keeps going. I'm okay with losing as long as I'm collecting along the way and my bankroll and my bets are both increasing at a steady rate, I'm good. But that's my mindset, not your mindset. Make sure your mindset's clear. Now, we talked about getting why you're scared. No goal. Yesterday we talked about risk appetite, risk aversion. Your strategy play, the way that you press, the way that you collect, when you withdraw, when you draw down, that's all driven by your personal risk appetite. Okay? You might be scared because you don't have an exit plan or you do and you bypass it. Have an exit plan and have a solid play plan. Now today, what we want to do is we want to go to the table and I want to talk about your phases, okay? All of those things that we talk about, the fear-driven mentality that a lot of us have, the no plan that some, Dr. S will tell you in chat, right? Tell him right now, have a plan, stick to your plan. Dr. S gave me a chart with every single, there's not a thing I have to think about. There's a special laid out plan on that chart that you follow, right? When I do tier pressure, it's a plan. I follow the plan. If you have a plan, you got to have a plan. I want to talk to you about these ideas. Let's go to the table. Let me go to the table here with the words up because I want to talk about the phases of play and whether you even have a phase or not. You may not even play and be realizing it. Let's go here. And I think I got 160 out there. Is that right? Or no, I got 64 out there. It doesn't matter what it is that's out here. Let's address what phased play means. Here's me. I was actually practicing yesterday. Look at me. I made money in practice. Phased play means looking at your bankroll and making decisions ahead of time on how are you going to handle wins and losses. All right. And you may be a home run hitter, which is fine, which means you have only one phase. Your phase is get in and go. Like, see that last phase up there where it's like go for the gusto? Your strategy might just be make your move, and your move might just be to go, okay? Your strategy might just be phase one and phase two, and that's it. I'll show you what I mean by that, okay? If you're, let's go with, again, I'll use the simple strategy. Let's go with the big one. I'm going to do this at 160. I'll do it at 160 across because it's a more consumable number. We'll go to 160, okay? Now, we'll play the Dallas drawdown here. We're going to do a 3-level drawdown, okay? And I want you to watch the rack. I'm going to take all the money out of the rack. We're at bankroll 0. We have 160 on the felt. We're looking to get in our rack. Phase 1, get even, get bankroll neutral, right? If I'm going to do the drawdown, and we're going to do a couple players here. The drawdown, let's just get some numbers rolled. There's an 8. Point is 8. Hopefully I get 3 numbers here. There's a 5. Pays 35 bucks. Watch what we do here. It pays 25. It pays 35 bucks. And we're going to drop our bets down to 128. We're going to take basically $64 off of this table, all right? Watch what we do. We're going to take everything down to $20 bets. So I'm going to need $100. I think that's enough. I forget the number here. There's $100 bucks. Watch what we do. I think that's not quite enough reds to get it done, but we'll get close to it. There's 20, there's 15, 20, 20. I don't have enough, damn it. I need another freaking $8. So we're gonna take the 50 bucks here, or 25 bucks there, I'll get 15. 2 change, $8 here. So now we're gonna be here, right? We've brought back to our rack 50, 60, $7 in the first hit. We drew down. We went from 160, and again, my risk appetite is I'm willing to lose 160, but I'd rather not. Okay. Next roll, 4. Right? A bought 20 pays $40 minus $1 in vig, like so. And again, we draw our bets back down 1 level, right? 2 drawdowns, and we're at base. Oops. Let's see where the rack is now. I'm going to actually color these up because I want to get even money or even looking dollars. There's $250, right? There's 75, 90, another green chips. We're bringing back $100. Now check out the rack, right? There's 100. There's 50. There's our starting bankroll. Here is whatever that is, $10 in profit, and I've got $64 in bets. Phase 2, right? Phase 1, bankroll neutral. Phase 2, lock up your spread. Recoup my spread. I've recouped my spread right there. Bankroll neutral. I've got what I had started is back in the rack. I'm bankroll neutral, right? I've got a little bit of profit and I'm playing out 160. This is one way to make life happen for you, okay? Make my move. What's my move now, right? My move very well could be this. My move very well could be get that shit off the table. Take 50, 60 bucks back, okay? Boom. That could be my move, right? If you are risk averse and you're like, man, I did not like having that 160 out there. That was making me sweat a little bit. If that 160 made you sweat, look at what you just did though, right? You can do it again. You have enough money to go out here on the next shooter and do it again, and you locked up a little bit. Pretty cool, right? But that might not be your way to play. That's a full 4-phase play. That's a full get them on, get them over, get them in, and start hitting home runs. That's like you leave 64 across out there, and then you start rolling it, right? That's a way to approach it. But some people don't ever do that, right? Some people just come out here and just start playing right away at this high level, right? Some people just lock it up like we just did and go home. If you're doing that, if you're gonna go 160 to 64 and just pull it all down, right? You're not playing all 4 phases. You're playing 2 phases out of the 4. You're getting to the lockup profit phase and you're stopping per shooter. And I think when you make your strategies, and here's what we see a lot of, right? You see a lot of people going on the table and they're all in and they've turned 160, you've pressed like crazy, right? And your 160 now looks like, all my chips just fell again. 160 looks like 750, right? You pressed the crap out of everything. You got here, and you're like, hell yeah, right? But your rack looks like this. Your rack looks like that through the course of it. You got 200 and change that you pulled back into your rack, which means you got your 150, you got your 160 that you can go out next time with, and you got $120 in profit, and you got 750 sitting out here. Now it's that fear thing, right? What are you doing here? And I want you to think about this because I don't have your answer for you. This is your brain. Some people in chat will say you are a moron if you don't pull that 750 down. Skill and luck, right? How on earth did you press it that freaking high and not collect anything? That's full pressing, right? And you got a little bit back, right? You did the smart thing. You pulled back your spread. You kept a little bit for yourself, right? If you're bought in for $1,000 and you started with 160, let's do the math here. You start with $1,000. You bet 160 across. You got your money back, so your bankroll's good. You got 110 in profit. That's 10%, right? If I'm paychecking and I'm 10% and I'm out, I'm like, hell yeah, baby, we're done. I'm good. Let's see if I can make those bets look like as much as humanly possible. Let me start collecting black chips off that table. Maybe that's my goal. And I think that's what I'm asking you, right? What is your risk tolerance or your risk aversion or your risk appetite? At this point, how are you feeling, right? Is this the time at 750 across? I'm just using this as a random amount here, right? Is this the time to pull back and go with the hell home, bring $1,000 home, or the time to say, well, we're going to start racking blacks. We're going to start going 175, and I'm going to rack a black on every single hit. Maybe even take the 75, go to the field with it, or take the 75 and start using the 75 for some extra stuff, but racking a black every time. Maybe that's your strategy. Maybe it's a rack the black strategy. Get the 750 and start taking these guys home and never going any higher than that. Your risk aversion says, I'm never going to let more than 750 be on that belt, ever. I'm going to work my ever-loving tail off to get it to here, and then I'm just going to start using that as the engine that brings me black chips all day long. There's my 7, right? We get 1 extra black chip out of it. Are you cool with that profit? Whatever the hell that is, $285, right? Does that scare you to leave the 750 out there? Or are you saying, you know what? I'm not even here. I'm going to take only the black chip and I'm going to start pressing with the extra. Or I'm just done. Or I'm going to still full press till they're purples. Like I know David gets to black level, collects a black chip on each one. We got the 5. The next hit, going all the way to purple before he collects again? Are you collecting only on color change? Okay. But again, your phases get you here. And I think the phase 1, which is getting back my 160 or whatever I started with, phase 2, which is locking up some percentage of profit, lets me do the next 2 phases as I please. Lock up extra profit, and then I do what I want. This is where I think the craps mentality eats most people alive, honestly. I think most people are afraid to say, I'm okay with this. Let's go. I think most people are afraid to see high bets if they're not racking consistently. I think most people are too greedy if they don't have the money for it. In other words, you buy in for $1,000 and you get the 750, that's a double up of your buy-in essentially, right? That's a double up of your buy-in. I would think for a lot of people, that's a good time to go back to 160. You get here and you start being able to pull black chips and you've done some actual work before that 7 comes. Let's take a look at this. What if we had pulled the 750 back and went back out there again at 160? What if we had done this? And now you've got 700, 800, 900, $1,000 in profit in your rack, and you restart the process. That's an okay regression if you're starting bankroll as $1,000 and you're generally speaking not wanting to lose the 160, you're risk averse, and that's where you live. Flip the rack, right? Do a rack flip. Pull that, replace, and go. If you do this, remember my other advice. Home run strategy, you just clipped it in the knees, right? The shooter goes off for 20 more rolls. You don't miss out on 1,000, you're missing out on 5,000. Remember that, right? If you do that move, again, percentage of bankroll and your own risk, your own risk aversion or whatever, that's a move. That's a move that could cost you an enormous amount of profit. But I think it's a smart move if that's your starting bankroll and that's where you live. If you live in a world where the 160 is a soul-crushing loss, you gotta flip the rack. Take the 750 off, lock up $1,000 and go back out and do it again and be okay with it, right? But just know, if the shooter has 20 more rolls, you're gonna make another $1,000 instead of making another 5, right? You gotta be not afraid of that. The previous slide we talked about, are you afraid of missing out on a roll because you didn't bet it? That's what I'm talking. Let me go back to that. I want you to see that slide because I think that's an important one for us to remember. Are you afraid of, where are we at here? Are you afraid of, right there, missing out on a roll because you were stuck in neutral? Are you afraid of not profiting because you didn't bet it? If you get to 650 from 160, you're betting the roll right. You're betting it hard and you're getting out there. You pull that 750 back and the shooter has another 20 rolls, you will be mad at yourself for not being out there for the hot roll, right? And you're right, that's a 1 in 100 roll, right? It's that one, but you see them. We know that these happen every day. Raise your hand in chat. Raise your hand in chat if, let's pick a number, 80% of the time. Does 80% of the time, let me go back to the screen here. 80% of the time, do you or do you not see a 20 roller at the casino? When you go to the casino, do you generally speaking see a 20 roller? I will tell you every single time, almost, I would say 90 to 95% of the time I go to the casino, I see a 120 roller. I see a lot of crap. We all do. You remember the crappy days, right? You always see a 20 roller. The dealers will always see a 30 to 40 roller because they're there for 8 hours. You're there for a shorter period of time. You always see that roll, right? It's always coming. And it's not about your strategies leading into that roll. It's about your strategy. If you're a right side player and you want to hit high profit levels, I don't want to say home runs, but high profit levels, you got to set yourself up to make that roll work. God, I hate this delay. I'm sorry about the delay, which is here. Right? Your strategy. I love the Skill 66. I love the Dallas drawdown because in 2 or 3, maybe 3 rolls or so, I'm bankroll neutral and I've recouped my spread. And what I mean by that is my bankroll is, if I start with 160 across, my bankroll is back to 1,000 and I've got 160 in the rack and then I got profit also. right? A 3-hit strategy that locks up your bankroll, recoups your full spread as profit, plus locks up more, then I'm okay, right? And again, you have to decide what okay feels like to you. At that point, you've probably doubled up your goal. At that point, you could half press to the ceiling. At that point, you could switch into Philly special. At that point, you could go dark. You can do a lot of things there, right? The number 4, make your move. You make your move once you get to the point where you're even plus. Even plus, make your move. I think craps comes down to people making their move too early. And I think when I see people get upset and making this face, it's because they made their move too early. Or they made their move out of the gate. Too many people make their move right out of the gate, right? They never recoup their bankroll. They don't play out of sight, out of mind. They don't lock up any profit at all. They just go, right? And a lot of times it's again, I watched a YouTube video that says if I do a triple Lux, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to make $25,000. Or I watched Bone Throwers say, here's how you make $3 million a year at the crap stable, right? All in betting for 6 rolls, right? King Dice, same thing. King Dice and Bone Tracker or Bone Thrower both give the same generalized advice. They're not strategists. They're just like, hey, if you can shoot the dice and roll 5, full press 5 times and go home, you're making $3 million a year. Fine. You saw it this morning. I didn't do that, right? We had 5 or 6 rolls in a row where I didn't do that, and you lose. Be careful about that, right? Your strategy needs to get you bankroll even. I think bankroll even is where you want to be, and I got to put Mark up here because, let's see, you're on a cruise. I'm putting you up here because I love your icon. You got the Hawks logo going. You're on a cruise. 120 roller, but there was a crap load of PSOs and one hit. There's a ton of those, right? That's, hey, guess what? There's a strategy called the Hedges Horseman that loves that. Right? That's a strategy that will survive those exact situations and leave you in a 3-point molly when it's done, right? That's why I love the 3-point Johnny so much. It's a 3 come bets because the Horseman survives all that crap. There's no puckering. You get the 3 come bets set. Now you're playing a 3-point molly like you're supposed to. Quote unquote, supposed to, right? Play things like that if those bad moments are soul crushing and if you're puckering up too much, find a way to get yourself bankroll neutral. Find a way to get back that spread, lock something up and then go. Don't get disappointed by the early 7s if you're going to be a right side player. It's just an important thing to kind of keep in mind. Unless your bankroll is to the point where you don't care. Unless you're literally there with 10 grand that you can light on fire and you're going to take, whatever, $2,500, 440 inside 20 times because you got the money to do it. And you don't care if you lose it. That's the time you go in and make your move out of the gate. Other than that, be smart. Be smart, my children. All right. There you go. Boo Hawks. We're going to start some shit now. All right, let's go back to the screen. It is 8:45 and I'm done talking. You want me to roll some dice? Let's just go play a little bit. Let me go back there and play. Let's go here. I know we have some weird camera delays. What's going on? Why is my assist? There we go. Boy, oh boy, my computer is running super, super slow today. Let's see. Roll tracker is up. Good. All right. What is that up there for? Cam Link 2. Oh, that's supposed to be the dice, I guess, right? Yeah, camera B. What the hell? Oh, it's the black. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Here we go. Let's get the roll tracker in. I'm going to roll a little bit. We got 15 minutes. I'm going to play. I'm just going to play a little bit of 3-phase strategy for you here, and let's see if we can't make it work. Let's go to the roll tracker for coffee and craps. Put that in. I'm going to bring my entry thing in. I got $1,000. I think I got $1,000 in the rack. I don't even know what's in there. Let's do it. I'm actually going to play like a maniac today. We're going to go ahead and do, I'm going to work my way down to 64 across. Make sure I have $1,000. There's 400, 500, 6, 7, 8, 9. My money from before is all messed up. There's $1,000. All right, here we go. $1,000 in the rack. There's 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, $1,000. All right, here we go. I'm gonna come out here on my first run, and let's catch a point first. Point's gonna be a 6. Oh, I gotta get a 7 in there from. I always forget to do it. All right, 4, 2, 6. Point's gonna be 6, and I'm gonna come out here with $40 units on every number. Okay, 40 on every number. So it's gonna be 4 times 6 is 240, right? Plus the caps in here, which will make it 256. Okay, so here we go. Let's go. And I'm gonna do it yeah, this is my money. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit messed up there. Let's take our reds that we have. 30 there, 30 there. I'm gonna get $50. It's not gonna be enough, but it'll be close. All right, 1. These are gonna be 48, by the way, on the inside. Another quarter's worth. 3 and 3. There we go. Okay, $50 and change. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna work that Dallas drawdown, right? I like it at 4 units over. I need to get change. There's 15. Sorry I'm taking so long here, but I wasn't thinking about this morning. Otherwise I would have been more set up for it. All right, there's 48 on the 6 and 8. I'm gonna put the chump change in the back row. Reds and greens and whites, so you can see them easier. There they are. Okay, we've got is 40 on every number, right? So 4 times 6 is 240. Plus I have the extra $18 on the 6 and 8. It's 256. Okay, out the point of 6. We're gonna draw it down if we can. Let's get lucky here. And again, I think this is a level that this strategy works at for a lot of people, right? 256 is doable with a $2,000 bankroll. I think this also can work at these same levels at bubble craps. You can bubble craps this thing with 4 units across. Okay, there's a 7, a 617. So hey, look at that. Risk tolerance, right? Boom, we lost it. I'm gonna leave the bets out here and take $300. And we're gonna get back 44 in change. 45 for 1. Reset the bets. That way I'm not messing around with a bunch of chips. Let's make it happen. We got a 9. 6, 3. We'll talk about the rack as we go here. Okay. Oh my God, really, John? Look at this. Look, we're gonna lose $1,000 in 3 seconds. 617. Wow. Wow. All right, let's do it again. 255, 6. We're gonna get 3 cracks at it because I was underfunded. May have to get a marker. We may have to get a marker today. All right, here we go. Same bet. Let's come out. There's a 10, 6, 4. 6, 4, 10. Maybe I'm not drinking enough coffee. Maybe that's the problem. Here we go. 6, 4. Oh, thank God. We got a number. 325. Okay. With $40, what does a $40 5 pay? 56. 55, $56. We're going to draw it down by $10. 10, 10. It'll be 12 and 12. Okay, so now we're at level 3. 30, 30, 36, 36, 30, 30. Okay. And again, I'll color these up when I bring them back because I want you to see what the actual numbers are. It's easier to see with green chips than it is with red. There's $50. So with that hit and drawdown, we're bringing back a little over $100, 115 and change. Again, I'll put those back in here so you can see them, and we'll reset our rack here as we go. Now we're already down, by the way, and I like to do this so I know. I got beat twice, right? I'm looking to recoup 256 2 times because we got squashed. All right, 325, 314. Good. That's a good one. 314. I like that. Right? At 30 bucks. For $1, it's going to pay 60. Your casino may charge you 2 for that. It depends on the place that you're at. I'm going to give myself the break and do $1. And again, draw this down to $20 bets. Everything's going to come down. We're going to be at the $20 level. 6 and 8 will be at 24. I'll fix those in a minute. Here we go. 20 there. We'll do 20 here. And again, you got to know these calls when you go to your dealers because they're going to get mad at you. Let's get 20 here and 20 there. These two here are going to get me $1 change each, and they're going to be at 24 out of the house. There's 20, 20, 4 and 4. All right. One more hit in the drawdown, and we're back to where we want to be at our goal level of 64 across. And we don't get there. We got a 7, a 6.7. But those 2 drawdown hits got us essentially even on that shooter, though. Two hits when you're drawing down like that, you're basically at bankroll neutral or shooter neutral. The next one gets you profit and you can go. Let me reset everything. And what I'll do here is I'll put 250, 55, 256 out of the rack. Those are going to all go away. What I'll do, though, to make it easy for us this time is I'm going to make them all red chips. I have enough to do that. So we're going to go with $40 in red, $40 in red. This way, when I draw it down, it's easy. Might even tell my dealers that, actually. 40, 40. All right, 48. There we go. We're all set. They're towered up. Can I get 3 this time? What time do I have, by the way? I need to know if I'm getting close to DGen show. What time we got? We got 4 minutes to go. Okay, we're in good shape. 527, come out 7. Oh, I didn't mark the 6. 617 last time, 527 here. Let's go. Let's get a full drawdown. Be nice, wouldn't it? There's an 8. 4, 4. Let's get our phases to work this time, huh? Aces, that's a 1 and a 1. Way underfunded. This thing needs 2K to play, not 1. 3, 2, 5. Good, right? It pays 50, 56. And we're going to take $10 off of each bet. $12 off the 6 and the 8. Like so, and we draw this thing back. Here we go, $50. $100 and change. Boom. Not a home run. Steady Eddie here. 426. Sweet, there's the 6, 4, 2. All right, so 36 pays 42. And we come down a level. It's going to look like 24. Give me a second to do that. 24. 21. 24. 20 and 20. And again, I'll color these up. Brings back an even $100. Love it. There we go. One more, and you'll see that our drawdown will get us almost, not almost recovered, but it'll get us back to, for the shooter at least, where we started, plus 2-1. 2-1. Come on, baby. 6 again. Awesome. 5-1. That's going to pay $28. And now we're back to our base of 64. Right? This is where I want to be. 3 hits, and I'm back to square. Love it. Again, there's 75. $75 coming back. That's actually a nickel in there. All right. Let's look at our bankroll. And again, I got burned here actually 3 times. I got burned. But how do we do off of that round? We started out with 256. I had nothing up in the rack here basically, right? There's 100, 200, there's 50. There's the 256 we started with. I got my money back. I'm playing on the rack, and I have all this that I had locked up during that shooter, which was kind of cool, right? So we phased it in, and now we're at that make a decision point. What are you going to do here at the shooter? Well, I like to get myself, neutral in the bankroll before I go too heavy, but really this strategy is designed to get my 64 across working for me. I'm gonna make these things. I'm running out of chips back here, so that's why I'm doing all the coloring up. There's that, and the whites are gonna be 5, 10, plus 15. That's another quarter. There. Sorry about all that mess. All right, 125, quote unquote profit during that roll, plus we're out here for 64. Let's keep playing it out. Let's play till the roll ends, and then we'll see how we did. Now we're gonna half press. 415 pays $14. We'll do 15 for 1. Give it 1 unit. Bring back 10. We're gonna ABC it now from now on. ABC it until we're done. 5, 3, 8. That's the point, right? Also pays. We'll do $14 here. $14. I'm going to half press it, so we'll take 1 unit and bring some back. Here we go. Let's put the 8 in, 5, 3. All right. Yo, 6, 5. Kind of hoping for a quick 7 now so I can end the show and let Chris have the reins. Hard 4, 3, or 2, 2, hard 4. After those ugly early throws, though, the universe owes us a good one, wouldn't you say? 6, 5. There's our 7. I do like this strategy. This is a cool strategy. Notwithstanding the early 3 quick PSOs, when you get the 3 box hits, I really like having my 3 box hits get me down to where I started, plus profit, plus play. I really like that it's 3 hits to playing with profit. I think that's a great place to be. And even as bad as that was, right? We lost 256 3 times. We only are down, what do we have here? 500. We have 544 in the bank, right? We're only down 400. We actually recovered a full 1 back in that last shooter. We're just getting 4 rolls. We covered a whole shooter of loss back, and this is only half a 1. That thing's got a little bit of fight back into it. Right, if you have enough to survive the ugly. That's a fun one. And it does, I think, play to the 4 phases. Right? I think it does. Let me go back to the keynote here. Let's go back to, where are we? Let me close this down. I'll wrap up here in just a second for you, Chris. This goes back to, where is the damn screen? There we go. This does that, right? In 3 rolls, we're even. We've recouped our spread, right? Which means we're playing for free. Our spread is out there for free. And we've locked up profit. 3 rolls. Even, playing for free, and locked up profit. 3 rolls. It takes 3 rolls to get there. Then you can make your move. And your move could be, I'm out, pull the $64 back. Your move could be half press and go. Your move could be something different. But I like having a short-term 3-phase play. 256 seems like a lot, but again, if you're at a $5 table, you can go $20 on every number, right? Do it out there for, what is that, 128? Go 128 across. That's doable at a 5, and go 128 to 96 to 64, and then you're at 32 the next time. 3 hits and out. It works, baby. All right, I'm out of here. Let's go. Let's have Chris doing his show. I will see you out there on the Daily Wager. Oh, no Daily Wager. Okay, cool. You're back tomorrow. Okay, I didn't see that until just now. So, all right. Well, that's cool, man. That is cool. Let's see. Anything else then in chat? Let me check my chat. Put my glasses on. We'll see what we have here. Oh, good question. I don't have a set time limit. I really don't. I do it in the Paycheck show because of this show. I've only got a set time limit because we're coming here. Otherwise, no. But when I'm Paycheck playing in the casino, I don't want to be there for an hour and a half. I want to be in it. I want to be out quick. I don't want to spend my whole. The longer I'm there, the worse it is for me. I don't want to be there. So, yeah, here you are, right? What scares you, interestingly enough, running a Paycheck strategy when you should be swinging for the fences, right? And that you fall into actually one of the categories that we've got here. You fall into this here. You're missing out on the roll because you're stuck in neutral, right? You miss out on that, right? Which is interesting. And you got to know that. Like it's interesting, right? I would advise you though, right? Don't miss out on the home runs, but make sure you start from even. And like I said, this kind of thing here where, again, that's a lot of money, but when you go down, 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 3 hits, and you're left with a bank or a bet spread that could hit a home run. When you're left with a cross bet that you could half press, and again, $64 can become $750 in a really quick order. 10 rolls, you can be at $750 if you're betting those things hard. As long as you got your bankroll back, you got $64 extra in your rack plus a little bit of profit. Who cares, man? That's your mindset. You got to be there. You got to be there for sure. Let's see. Oh, Jen wants different color dice. Okay, I can do that. I can certainly do that for sure. I got every color here. It's got to find. What am I using now? Was I using whites today? I thought the white showed up good against the black when I brought them up. So, let's see. Yeah, and the half press going. And here's the thing, Skill. And I want you to answer this right now. I'm going to go to you right now in chat. So give me your answer to this question. Because the middle ground, I think you're right, is to me the half press. The half press and the tier pressure are the two, what I have found, stupid lights on, what I have found in WinCraps to be the most reliable home run hitters. The Philly Special, although it's fun, isn't reliable enough. It takes too long to get the things like that every other hit collect thing is a breakage point for me. Half pressing, which collects a little bit every single time, also builds the bets up nice and high. Do you have a number in your mind that you stop doing that? Because the half press will eventually get you to 750 across and 1,000 in profit. If you half press legit, right, you'll have 1,000 in profit, you'll have 750 across, like 15, 20 rolls in. What do you do there, Skill? And that's what I want to know. Do you regress at that point? Because a lot of people say, it's time to regress, my bets are too high. That's that scared of losing what's out there mentality versus I already made $1,000. I'm super happy with that. Let's see how far we can take this. And the farther it goes, you're still bringing back money. What do you do? What do you do, Skill? Are you a regressor or are you going to let that half press ride as far as you can take it? And that's an interesting question because I think that gets into everybody's mindset, right? If you're simple half press, collect, press, what's your ceiling? What is your ceiling? I have run just collect. Yeah, I've done the one I did last time Duracell was I did a same better. I did a 1 unit press. It's always a $5 press. I did the half press. I did tier pressure and I did Philly Special all at the same time. And you saw, I don't remember, I'll do it again maybe on Friday. You can see what happens to these things is when you have a home run strategy, Philly Special, tier pressure, half press. If you let them go unfettered, you never regress them. There are times where those things go from 160 across to 19,000 in profit on my shots, right? There are times when those things just go to the moon. If I say on those same strategies, regress every time you get to 750 or 1,000 across, regress to base. If I do that, those same strategies lose almost double, in one case, triple the money because you regress them, because you put the handcuffs on them. And that's why I asked Skill the question. It's okay to do that if you're okay to do that. Like, you have to know that by taking the or chaining them up a little bit, you limit where they can go. It causes a problem with the home run. They actually, it's worse to not play a home run strategy all the way to the end than it is to regress it. If you're doing a little tiny press, then it's fine. You regress when you feel like you're good. That's a bankroll. That's an I'm scared to lose my money play, and it works. You can make money that way. You just can't make money that way. Makes sense. Yeah, and that's what you're saying, Buckeye, is if you're half pressing after you're out of the hand, you don't need a ceiling. The table max is your ceiling. That's what we're saying, right? I asked Skill, though, does he have a table max, right? Is he pressing to table max, or is he even in a half press pulling down? A lot of people will still pull down and regress and have to restart the engine going. And that's limiting it. When I say stuck in neutral, Skill, I'm more talking about same betters. Like same bet, or maybe same bet, or maybe you're only going up one unit, one $5 unit, you're neutral. You're never really getting anywhere. So you go from 160 or like 64 across, and then you get one unit on the number that hit. And that's all you're ever going up by $5. That's being stuck in neutral. And you go, damn it, I just saw a 35 roller and my bets went from 64 across to 160. It's as far as they got, because I was only betting one nickel at a time extra. That's what I mean by stuck in neutral. Never really let the bets go. Whereas your half press lets the bets really start to go. Because a half press goes from, it goes from an $18.06 to from 12 to 18. 18 is going to go to 30. 30 is going to go to 48. 48 is going to go to 60. And before you know it, you're up at 150 going to 240 on your half press. You're really, those things get exponentially big, whereas one unit press never gets it going. So, all right, I think I got to go. 9:08. Now I've pushed it. We did an hour though, because I started 10 minutes late. So, all right, let's get out of here, guys. Go to work. Only 16 people watching. What happened? What happened to the audience? Is somebody else going live today? What happened? Lost a lot of people somehow. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's my software giving me the wrong numbers. And somebody thumbs down the video, really? What did I say who in chat? What did I say that made you give me a thumbs down? This was a great show. I said all sorts of amazing stuff. A lot of wisdom, right? Kidding. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all. Thanks again for watching last night, by the way, I was on there with Jeff. That was fun. Rolling with Jeff was a lot of fun. That, I think, what Jeff's doing there with us as guest shooters, future of CGTV. That's exactly the kind of stuff I want. I want a producer, I want an announcer, I want a player, and I want bettors. Right? That was a great show. That was like watching World Series of Poker last night, right? With him announcing and got, Ed in the bullpen and me shooting and people are in the crap seat. That was so freaking cool. What a great production that was. So more of that. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day. I will see you later on. I might do some practice tonight. I'm feeling it. If I'm not doing my interview, I'm not doing teaching tonight, I may throw. So I'll see you later on. Have a great rest of your morning. I'll see y'all later. Bye.